This is a collection of medieval floor tiles. They've been found in ecclesiastical, that's religious buildings, all across Chester. All of these tiles have been made from the same material, that's clay. So the clay would have been dug out of the ground and formed into a series of squares using a mould. The ones that you can see here have all been glazed, and that means that a thin solution of clay mixed with water has been poured over the top of them, and this glaze was often coloured with different natural ingredients. And if you imagine, if you were back in a medieval church, they didn't have electric lighting, and they had candles which illuminated the whole building. So all of this shiny material here on the floors would have been picked out by the candlelight and would have made for part of the experience for the people visiting. They have lots of different designs and they would have had a stamp that would have pressed into the top of them, which means that a lot of them are mass produced and we get the same sorts of designs coming up from lots of different religious houses across Chester and even further afield. One of the most interesting tiles in the collection is this one here. It was found in Chester Cathedral and would have been part of a much bigger floor. You can see it's got 3 hares inscribed on it, and this is a type of medieval riddle or puzzle. Although each hare has got 2 ears, there's only 3 ears drawn on the tile, and this is something that medieval people would have found interesting and intriguing. The design itself has come a really long way. It's not from around Chester. The original design comes from a cave in China, and it dates to the late 6th, 7th century. So it's thousands of years old and it's travelled thousands of miles. This particular design shows how not just objects can travel across borders and across boundaries, but about how ideas can as well. These items are really interesting to look at today. If you imagine, they were all made as parts of floors, so they were designed to be walked over, but they're clearly very colourful and very decorative, and they give us an insight into the ways that medieval buildings would have looked for the people who were going into them. And they also show the personalities and the interests and the humour of the medieval people who lived around here too.